right. Good evening, everyone. This is Tracy Evans Langley, and we are mystery stamping, and hopefully we are on Facebook Live. Debbie, my wonderful friend, is helping us. She's going to be my Facebook person. But if something happens and we're not Facebook Live, we're recording it, and I will post a YouTube link later. All right. So we good, Debbie?
So far, so good. So far, so good.
Okay, look. Okay, if all the technology works, and if Millie Taylor, if you're out there, thank you for liking my little bloop this afternoon when I was trying to practice, which is now not out there anymore. Okay, so we have a wonderful group of ladies joining us tonight. And we're gonna, if you haven't joined us for mystery stamping before, I'm gonna spotlight my hands. I'm gonna go through the project with you, and then at the end we'll spotlight and we'll let everybody share their project. For those of you who are joining us via Zoom, if you have a question, just let us know. If you've got some ambient noise, just mute if you need to. Otherwise, don't worry about it. If it's just you, I put Sadie in the house, so she's not all over me tonight. And shoot, what else was I going to tell you guys? Noise. Oh, if you're on Facebook Live and you have a question, Debbie's going to be reading questions. So just ask your question on Facebook Live and Debbie will relay it and we'll answer your question. Okay. All right. So we're going to do all this stuff. I'm going to get good at this one of these days. Okay.
You're doing fine.
Okay. Why do I have somebody? I don't know. Okay, I have something weird going on. Okay. Okay, Debbie, I've got somebody asking to join.
That means somebody's trying to get in and you've already started and it
Okay.
does. So you have to admit them in, whoever it is.
Okay, so, oops. Okay, I don't know why it's doing, that was weird. Okay, that's weird. Okay, okay. All right. So here we go. Okay, sorry guys. I promise I'm gonna find my glasses for next time. Okay. All right. So are my hands spotlighted?
Yep, you're good to go.
Oh, look at me. Okay. And I think we have figured out our lag problem. So hopefully I'm hardwired in so we won't have any lag with the internet stuff. Okay. So here we go. This is one of those ones that I have a list of directions for myself. I also have templates. So I'm going to show you guys templates as we go. But right now, what you need, this is actually a very low paper. It's kind of a low cardstock DSP project. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. So what you should have is one piece that's 8.5 or 5.5 by 8.5, just our standard base, nothing done to it yet. If this piece is colored, and I'm sorry, I did not put this in the cutting directions. If your cardstock piece is a color that's dark, you're going to want your standard 4 and a 4 by 5.25 piece that will be your inside piece, but we can set that aside. You don't need it yet. And then you're going to need, well, this is where I probably should look at my directions. Okay. So you're going to have one piece of neutral cardstock that is 5 by 1.25, and I'm double checking myself. And if I'm wrong, if I wrote this in the directions wrong, you guys correct me. So 5 and 1.25. And then I'm choosing to use a piece of DSP. So this could be a DSP or this could be just a piece of coordinating cardstock. And this piece is 5. Oh, I'm lying to you guys. Wait a minute, hang on. Yes, this piece is 5.25 by 1.5, and then the white piece is 5 by 1.25. So this is going to be, I will hint, this is going to be our grading piece. Okay. And then you've got 3 pieces of DSP, and these do need to be different One piece is, I'm going to say the wrong thing. One piece is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then you've got two pieces that are 1 1/2 by 2 1/4. Okay. Everybody good with paper? Okay, as long as you guys don't say no, I'm gonna assume everybody's good. Okay. So the most important tool for this project is your paper trimmer. Okay. And I'm going to tell you guys, I saw this. This was a project that our team moved up and we're part of the Tickled Ink team. And this was Joyce Baracco's mystery stamping for her virtual team meeting, her Zoom meeting last month. And I thought it was such a great project, but I had to go back and teach myself how I wanted to do it. So I think I've got a weird, oh, okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to take our piece of 5 1/4, or I'm sorry, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 cardstock. And I'm going to show you guys, this is my first template. So I'm going to put this out so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to tell you what the cuts are. All right. So our first cut, can you guys see that? Our first cut, we're going to turn our paper this way. We're going to, oh wait, no, I'm lying to you. Do it this way. Okay. So we're going to go 2 inches in. So you're going to come 2 inches in. Okay. And let's get a cutting blade, not a scoring blade. And then we're going to cut. Okay, let me see if I can find my glasses because I can't see. Okay. No, that's worse. So we're going to cut from 1 3/4. So you're going to use your paper trimmer. And you're going to be at 2. So your paper is at 2. And you're going to cut from 1 3/4 to 5 3/4. Okay. So I'm going to stand up and do this. Okay. Okay. So you're going to start at 1 3/4 and then go to 5 3/4. Just straight down. And I think my paper trimmer blade needs to be turned. So I'm going to have some fuzzy edges. And I'm trying to not put my head in the camera. Okay. A little bit more.
You're doing fine.
Okay. All right. And I love our paper trimmer because you can tell that. Okay. So that's your first cut. Okay. So your first cut's kind of like that. Okay. And then you're going to slide your paper over. You're not turning it or anything. You're just sliding it over to 3 3/4. Okay. So you're just sliding it over. And so, and I do want to shout out to Linda Cloth, who's one of my teammates. She actually did this as well. And one of the things that we talked about was she made a card, and I will show you hers at the end, that trying to figure out a way that you're not turning this a million times. So this is my way to do this so you're not turning it a million times. So you're at 3 3/4, and you're going to go back to 1 3/4 again. You're going to start at 1 3/4 again with your cutting blade. Okay. And this time you're just going to cut to 5. So you're going to start at 1 3/4, and you're just going to come to 5. Oops. Okay. All right. So that's your, guess what? That's the only cutting you have to do tonight. So you got 2 pieces, you got 2 slits. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys this again. All right. Everybody good? Can you read my scribbles? You guys are really quiet tonight.
Yep. I think everybody's cutting away and everybody, nobody's,
Okay. I'm going to wait until I get some thumbs up or, okay, I'm ready or something. Lane's already griping at me.
Yes, I am. All right, give me those measurements again.
Okay, so you're going to slide. So you're going to, okay, I'm going to do it on my template so you can kind of see. So I'm going to start out at I'm going to go 2 inches. And then at 2 inches, I'm going to cut from 1 3/4 to 5 3/4. Okay. So I have a slit. And then once I do that, I'm going to slide over to 3 3/4. If I can find it, there we go. And I'm going to cut from so basically my 2 cuts are going to start at the same place. They're both going to start at 1 3/4, and then the second one is going to go to 5. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to when this is done, I'm going to try to take good pictures, or I'll have Jay scan these and I'll post these. So hopefully you guys can read my scribbly handwriting, which used to be really good. Okay. So what I did was I made 2 different templates. I made one that's just the cuts. So that's just the cuts. Okay. So we're going to put that aside. All right. Now don't freak out on me. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend we're going to work in columns. So let me grab this again. So we're going to work this 2-inch where we slid it in to 2 inches. This is going to be column 1. The middle is column 2, and this is column 3. And we're going to basically just turn our paper one time. So I hope this is going to make this really easy. We'll see. I wrote my directions and I did go back and make myself do it again. Okay. Do you guys want me to show you the template, or do you want me to start scoring?
Okay, now we're scoring.
Huh?
Now we're scoring.
Now we're scoring. So push your cutting blade out of the way. We're not cutting anything else. We're just scoring. And you guys know me, I like my Simply Scored, but this one is easier to do on the trimmer. Okay. So we're turning our paper. We have our 2 cuts. Okay, so our 2 places that we've cut. Okay. We're going to slide in to 1 3/4. Okay. And then we're going to take our paper trimmer, our scoring blade. Sorry, it is a paper trimmer, but we're going to take our scoring blade and we're going to go to 1 3/4, which is the shorter of your 2 cuts. Okay. So you're going to go, let me make sure I'm lined up. Okay. So you're going to go from 1 3/4, and you're going to score this all the way down to 5.5. Okay. And I'm going to go back up so I have a nice.
The 5.5. So you don't score the whole.
No, you're just scoring part of it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys on my template. Okay. So you're basically just going, it's turned this way. So you're going 1 3/4 inches in, and then you're going to go from 1 3/4 to 5.5. Okay. We're only working with this column right now. We're not worried about this, and we're not worried about this. We're just worried about this column. Okay. All right. So now we're going to slide our paper, cardstock, that's a better word, to 3 1/4. And I called this the top. So anyway, so you're going to slide it to 3 1/4, and then you're going to go. Okay, hang on. Make sure I'm doing this right. I told you guys. Okay, So you're at 3 1/4 here. So you come over 3 1/4, and then you're going to come from, you're just going to score column 1. So you're going to go from 3 1/2 to 5 1/2. So there's 3 1/2. It should be, or close. Okay, my cut's a little off, but that's okay. It won't hurt anything. And I'm going to just score to 5 1/2. So I'm just scoring column 1. Okay. All right, so that's our second. So we now have 2 score lines. We're going to slide this one more time to 5 3/4. Well, I have made this too many times. Okay, I'm going to score it to, we're going to go to 5 3/4, and we're going to score it from 3 1/2 to 5 1/2 again. Okay, so we're basically just starting at our cut, where we cut, and mine's a little bit off, but like I said, it's going to be okay. We're just going to go with it. And we're going to go to 5 1/2. So column 1 has 3 score lines. Okay. 1 that's all the way across. Oops, mine went a little far, but that's okay. My cuts were a little bit off, but that's okay. It's going to be fine. So I've got 1 that's at 3 1/4. 1, I'm sorry, I lied to you. 1 that's 1 3/4. 1 that's 3 1/4. And then 1 that's at 5 3/4. Okay, so we're done with column 1. We're not touching. We are not touching. We're done with this piece. We're done with column 1. We're not going to score anything else on it. We're not cutting anything. We're not scoring anything. All right. So now we're going to go to column 2, the middle one. We've already made 1 score line in column 2. All right. So we're going to line this one up. We're not turning our paper. We're just going back across. And we're going to go to what? I'm sorry. We're going to go to 2 1/2. Okay. And at 2 1/2, we're just going to score. Oh, my cuts are really off, you guys. Oh well, that's okay. Oh no, they're okay. It'll be okay. We're going to go from 1 3/4. So we're going to go from from this shorter cut. We're going to go from 1 3/4 to 3 1/2. Okay. So we're only scoring, the only score line is on column 2, is the middle column. We're not scoring on column 3. We're done with column 1. So it's just from the cut line to the cut line. Okay. All right. So that's our second one. And now we're going to slide to 5 inches. Okay. And we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go from 1 3/4 to 3 1/2. So from the cut line to the cut line, just the middle column, just column 2. I can get that. I can get mine to go there. And like I said, I think one of my cuts is a little bit. It's about 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, so we're done. We've done column 1, and we've done column 2. We're done. We're not doing anything else to either one of those. Okay, so we're going to slide our paper back, and now we're going to only focus on this column 3. And we're going to go to 4 1/4. Okay. And we're going to go from 1 inch to 1 3/4 inches. So we're only going to go from the top to this cut line. So we're just going to do just column 3. Okay. And if you want, if it's easier, you can start at the bottom, start at your cut and go up. I kind of do both. It's up to you, whatever's more comfortable. And I will tell you, I love our paper trimmer for this because I can read the ruler.
So Tracy, you're going 1 3/4 all the way up to the top.
1 3/4 all the way up to the top. Or if you want to think of it as 1 down to 1 3/4, either way, it's basically the only thing you're doing is this.
Okay.
So I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to show you guys my template one more time. And I will tell you guys, I redid this twice because I hope it's legible. Okay. So we had column 1 that this is the trick. It's kind of a backwards thing. Technically, when we're done, this is the bottom of the card, but it's easier to me to do it this way because we only flipped the paper twice. We flipped it this way and then we flipped it this way, as opposed to trying to do it. Okay. So we have column 1 that has 3 score lines. We have column 2 that has 2 score lines. And we have column 3 that has just 1. Okay. Everybody good? Okay, so you guys want to see something cool? So if you score, you grab your little handy dandy bone folder. When you fold your score lines, you're going to end up with that. So let's see if it worked. Let's see if I did it. So we're done with this. We're done scoring and we're done cutting. You can get rid of that. Okay, so let's see if mine worked. Okay, so here's the thing is we've been working and thinking of this is the top, right? So it's easy. I think it's easier. So fold it down. Don't fold this one. You just want to fold to there. So it's a mountain fold, but not all the way across. And then you kind of just want to give them a little bit of a fold and then go back with your bone folder once you've done all of them. That one's not going to go here. I'm going to turn it over. Okay. I lied. We are going to turn it. So that one's going to go in. That one's going to go. This 2 one's going to go in. Those are both going in. This 3rd one, the one on the far left, is going to go up. So basically the top ones are all mountain folds. And the ones, kind of these middle ones or bottom ones are valley folds. Okay, so once you kind of get, so just really do that part really super gently. Okay. And once you get it, and look, it's even pretty close at the bottom. A little bit. It's okay. I'm going with it. I could trim it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. So once you get that far, go ahead and grab your bone folder and give everything a good burnish. All right. How's that?
Beautiful.
Everybody good? I'm like looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did everybody get close? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys when we started doing this one, I thought we were doing a regular card and I had scored mine. I literally sat and just watched and went, I do not understand this. So I had to go back and like totally learn how to do this. This is how much I love you guys. Okay, so that was the hard part of this card. If I wanted to, I could trim off my little bit, but I think I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is grab your piece that's just your DSP. So I don't lose these. Okay, I'm throwing stuff everywhere. And like I said, I will share this template with you guys if you think it would be helpful. All right, I'm going to set my beautiful card base aside because I do not want to get anything on it at this point. And I'm going to grab my piece of white that is 1 1/4 by 5. And I'm using the With You in Mind birthday stamp because I had pieces. Because I'm coordinating, it's the country lace. I had some of the country lace DSP. And for those of you who were at the quarterly back in August, I still have lots of these little pieces. So I decided I was going to use Seaside Wishes one more time because I had pieces. So I thought this was a good birthday stamp to coordinate with. Or no, I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. It's a thinking of you. And I'm just going to center that up and just stamp it in the middle. So you do want a big, bold stamp set for this. If you need to adjust this, you could make this a little bigger if you wanted to. If you wanted to make this 1.5 by 5 1/4 and then do 1/8 of an inch for your other piece, you could do that if you needed to. I'm gonna go with it and see if I can get it to fit. And I'm gonna use, just so it's kind of bold, I'm gonna use basic gray. And we're gonna see if I can stamp straight. I don't remember the last time I actually stamped. Debbie, when did I actually stamp? Last week? Maybe?
You haven't stamped this week?
No.
Oh, then I guess, yes, that would be last week. We've been doing too many other things.
I know. Well, okay. Well, let's see if I can stamp straight. If I didn't, the cardstock has 2 sides, so I should be okay. Oh, well, okay. It's not perfect, but we're gonna call it good. I may go back later, but for right now, I'm okay with that. See if I can get it a little. Just a little more. Okay. Looks a little bit. Okay. And of course, I didn't grab a chamois, so we're gonna just go with that. Okay, so what did I do with my piece? So if you have a white piece, this is when you would want to go ahead and stamp it. And I lied to you. We'll have to cut that down. So you're going to want to basically just have it be across the bottom. So I'll repost the measurement for the basic white piece. So I'm not going to even do that right now. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do these pieces flat because I think it's got enough. It's going to have a lot of dimension because of the fold. So I'm just going to do everything flat right now. Except well, yeah, I think I'm going to just do everything flat. Especially if you're going to mail it. I also thought about stamping on my DSP. I could have done that too. All right, so you're just going to go ahead and let's just do the nails are in the way too. Okay, and I will tell you, if you wanted to, once you make this as your original template, so shoot, everything's sliding. It's really humid today. My glue is slidey. Okay. Okay, this is going to go here. So if you wanted to, for your next time you make this card, if you want to make this card again, you could make this be a tag or something else. It wouldn't necessarily have to go across. And that's what I might do for next time, is make it where I have a piece across and then just have my greeting on this side. Especially if you've got a smaller greeting, that would be good. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. You guys can tell the pink and gray were my favorite colors in this DSP. Actually, hey Debbie, we used this for one of our events.
We did. I like that paper. I
paper.
used it in my monthly club. I used one piece of it to go on something because I was trying to use up what I had left.
I had used a ton of it. I've got a smudgy there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I've got a smudge, but I'll get an eraser. I'll get an eraser after that later. Okay. So that's So when we were working, that was the top of our card, but really it's the bottom of our card. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to just grab our DSP pieces. We have 3 of those. Okay. So it's going to be, this is our little squatty one, our single size one. That's I'm going to tell you guys the wrong size. The 1 3/4 by 2 1/4 is actually going to go on the right-hand side. So we're going to work from right to left, which is really hard for me. All right, so I'm just going to glue those down. And if you wanted to get fancy and make these layers, like if you wanted to adjust the sizing, you could do layers of cardstock behind these. And I'm using glue so I can slide things around and hopefully get things a little bit straight. Okay. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm leaving a little more space at the bottom and a little less at the top because you'll see more of the top. But it doesn't really matter. Okay. So there's our middle piece. Okay, I didn't follow the Debbie method. I like scored I folded everything and now I'm
Well,
I think
for this
this
card,
one would be hard though to do. It would
Flat.
be harder to score if you had everything together.
yeah, and I was just going to say, I think for this card, you needed to score it all so that people could see what the outcome was going to be on it.
Okay, so there's my middle piece, and then I got one more. And look again, the back's blue. All right. Okay, I gotta go get my nails done. All right. Okay, and then that's our. That one's a little short, but okay. Okay, I could have made that one a little bit longer, but it's okay. The bug. At least I didn't scream, I guess. I had the doors open, the dogs were running in and out, so I've cut like stuff flying around. Okay. All right, so there's my basic card. Okay. All right, so once I get that far, because I have all these fun pieces, I decided I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add some of my little doodahs. So I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I am going to just throw these on the table. All right, so I'm just going to go back in. And now, okay, so here's the thing. As long as I stay as long as I don't go higher than there, but I'm over, I just need to make sure that if I put something down, I'm not blocking one of the folds. So if I wanted to put something here, I would just need to make sure it was small enough. Let's see, one small. I just would want to make sure that it's not where it's folding is going to just still be where I'm not blocking the fold. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that in mind, I think I'm just gonna, this may be where I add some dimensionals. Let's see. I think I should. All right, are you guys good? Are you guys to decorating? Anybody?
Kathy says, is
Kathy
shaking her
works.
head yes.
Kathy
She's
works fast.
decorating.
Do you want a 1 or 2 word answer about this card?
Hey, remember we are on Facebook and we don't want to get censored, Elaine. Don't get us censored, Elaine.
I lost you on scoring the very first one.
Okay, I promise.
But-
Okay,
I have a beautiful happy anniversary and I had wonderful colors on my card. So I'll just do the fold some other time when I'm
okay. You're gonna come do the fold with me, and you're gonna go, oh my gosh, I can't, because I honestly, when we did this last week, or I called Linda and said, oh my gosh, I loved it, and I was just like, okay, I've got to figure out how to do this. So one of the ladies in the group she sent us a template, and then I had to take that and kind of make it into like my own that I understood. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I think
I'm-
I think it's one of
feeling
those
really
things.
stupid.
Huh?
I'm feeling really stupid.
No, do not, because this is honestly, this is a hard card. This is probably, in all honesty, I think this is probably the hardest card I have done in a really long time, because it's a triple, oh shoot, what's it called? I think it's a triple step card. I think that's what it's called.
Well, and see, the ruler or the cut thing that I have doesn't have the oh God, I
It
need
doesn't
it.
have the ruler down the side.
You don't have the side measurements.
Well, no, it does, but I can't score. So
Well,
I
I
had
guess
to get my scoring thing out. And
I guess
that's
we know what you're ordering from me tomorrow with free shipping.
yes, you're right.
You need a Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer.
You need a Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, Elaine.
Like you planned this, Tracy.
I did. No, I really
I think
did.
she did because the last time I was at her house, I was having problems with this.
Well, I
Mhm.
mean, you know, when
Clever.
you need something, Elaine. Free shipping.
Yeah, but you have to spend 75.
We can talk about that. I have to put in an order too, so you can
It's a
come combo
beautiful
your order.
card, and I really would like to learn how to do it.
I promise you, if once, like when I sat down and made my template, okay, I'm going to show you guys Linda's card, because I have to really totally give Linda kudos. She figured this out.
Oh,
So
wow, that's gorgeous.
What I had to do was take Linda's card and figure out in my brain how it worked best. And so for me, starting like this, and I definitely is easier to do the cuts first. And then just working left to right. That worked in my brain. You could work, I'm sorry, I worked left to right. You could work right to left. But having those two cuts first really does, that was the key for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, but I do have samples, so you can come play. But it I promise, it really is not as bad as you think it is. And if it is, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, right.
I'm really not. Yes, I am. It's be hard. What is be hard? Are we doing okay time-wise? What are we doing? Oh, hey, look at us.
Yep, you're almost done, and it's a quarter to 5 or a quarter to 8 at your house.
Yeah, I don't even.
Sorry, I'm on my time.
Yeah, well, apparently I was on somebody else's time when I was supposed to be posting stuff today.
Yeah.
Definitely was not paying attention to what I was supposed to be doing. Okay, I'm just going to stick some of these little bits and pieces in here because I think it's kind of fun. But, you know, it's got to be odd numbers. Okay. All right, Kathy, how's your decorating going?
I am still trying to glue my pieces in. I wanted to make sure I had things the way I wanted them.
In the Kathy's particular way. How are you, Amanda? You work fast.
I'm working on decorating.
See, this is the fun part, right? Look at me using up all my stuff.
Good for you. You want to use up all my stuff?
Oh my gosh. Okay, what you don't know, because it's not even in here right now, and I need to show you guys sometime, is our serendipity box that travels to all of our events. And it's all the stuff. It's like all the bits and pieces that just get thrown in, and then we put them out at our events, at our live events.
That's a great
Um,
idea.
And we have a serendipity table. And I have to give my teammate, Tina Jones, she came up with this idea. Debbie, when you did, so getaway, Scrappy Stepper getaway 23, no, 24. And we have done this now at all of our bigger events. And everybody has had so much fun just making stuff with all the little pieces.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's a great idea.
And
It is
uses
a great
up.
idea.
Yeah, especially if you've got like if you're open crop, if you're doing an open crop,
Mm-hmm.
it's I'm liking my little seaweed pieces. Okay. So now let's see. That bit, if I check that, oh, he's too big. Uh-oh.
And Tracy, are you going to keep everything flat?
I've got some starfish. I'm probably gonna pop those up, but I put I'm putting my little, we're gonna call them seaweed pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And I put those in with glue dots just because the glue was getting kind of messy.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, I may put, like, if I can figure out, I could put here.
So where do you write a note at?
So
You, okay,
yeah.
there.
here,
Okay.
or if you wanted to, you could decorate here and then just do it and then have it on the back if you wanted to. But I'm probably what I honestly, and I'll measure this because actually, let me see if I can figure it out. If you had a white card, well, and this one is not that dark. I could write on the inside of this one, but if you wanted it to be a white piece, I would probably do 5 1/4 by, let's see, 3 or 2 3/4 would go up to that bottom line, and then maybe decorate up here after you put your white piece. Of you guys can't see, so this would be if you did 5 1/4 by like 2 3/4. I think that's right. Hang on, let me measure it again. Yeah,
And you could put one of those fancy pieces that are up there above the starfishes on,
Yeah.
on the
yeah.
inside.
I could put actually. Ooh, look at me. Look at this. You know what, we're gonna stick that guy right there for right now, and then I could put the white piece over the top of him.
Mm-hmm.
And look at you helping. You okay? So I'll cut a. I'm not going to bore you guys and cut a white piece, but I'll cut a white piece and put in. And what I probably will do is I'm going to stick a couple of these down, and then I'm going to put my white piece in, and then I will put a couple like over the top. So I have some stuff up here too. So I could put. So anyway, I'm going to play with that because I like that idea. I like the idea of decorating the inside of it too. Okay, so let's see. And of course I have all these pieces and now I don't have the piece I want.
That's how it always works out.
Yeah, no. Okay, I guess I could do that. I could put that one in. Still
Use a pop dot on there.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think he's okay. I need him to be a little bit smaller, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so now I've got to find dimensionals. And look, I have a brand new sheet of dimensionals and I'm taking them from the edge. When you guys start with a sheet of dimensionals, where do you start? Do you start on the edge or in the middle?
I try to start
yeah,
on the
definitely
edge.
from the edge.
So we were watching a Facebook Live with one of our teammates, Megan, who some of you have met. And she literally had a brand new sheet of dimensionals and she started in the middle. And there were a bunch of us watching her that we were all together. And she was at her house. And we literally all started screaming.
That's funny.
So it just led me to believe and understand that I have a lot of OCD people on my team. It's not just me.
I start on the edge too.
I have to do the edge. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, I like that.
Like that.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think
put
we'll
the
just do it.
starfish down there. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a fancy fold serendipity card tonight.
Oh, that looks cute.
What's that? That's pretty fun, huh? All right, Elaine, you're going to come over and make this card with me.
Okay.
All right, I promise. And yours is going to look amazing.
I know I have really pretty paper all picked out too.
Well, save your paper and we will make it, and I will help you make your card base.
Okay.
Because it really is not as bad as once you do it once. But usually, like I tell you guys, I usually do not practice this one. Oh my gosh, did I practice? Oh, and I will tell you, remember our awesome basket card we did last month? I found
Yes.
somebody I liked enough to give it to.
Wow.
I gave it to Megan Mears, my teammate, for her 50th
Aw,
because I love her.
for her birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a
Yeah.
good card for that.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it
that's
was.
perfect.
I thought so too. So we like her.
Yes, we do.
We think she's pretty nifty.
My husband's in love with her, so
Well, I think mine is sometimes too. She's our personal paparazzi. So anytime you see good team pictures of my team, she's usually the one that's taken them because we get to the end of an event and I go, oh my gosh, I forgot to take pictures. And she always has me covered. Okay, so the fun thing you can do with this one is you can actually glue it. You can actually put your pieces both on this side and on this side.
Oh, some dimension.
So that would add a little, and because of this one, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to add him kind of down here a little bit because then he'll overlap that one. So I think the important thing is when you're doing it, just make sure when you fold it that everything's going to line up and not get squished. And I think this is, for me, this is definitely a glue dot card. And I don't use glue dots that often. It's not my go-to adhesive, but I think for this card it is. Or for these pieces anyway. All right, Amanda, what sets are you using tonight?
I'm once again using Birthday Celebration with the Wildflower
Oh, you like
Birthday
that
12 by 12. I'm determined to use up this pack.
one. You're like me in this country lace. It's like I've got to use it all. I still have some.
Because I did that with the butterflies, the bokeh butterflies. I used that entire pack. And I'm like, let's see if I can do this again. But now it's the 12 by 12.
Uh-huh.
And it has all the ephemera, so it was really easy. I didn't have to do die
Yes.
cut.
I do like that.
So can we see the other cards?
Oh yeah, anybody done?
I'm done.
All right, hang on, Lynn. Let me stop piddling. Because I'm going to sit here and futz with this for another hour. Okay, hang on. Oops. Okay, hang on. My mouse has decided it doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, so we're going to go back. All right, so let's see. Let me do gallery. Okay, so there's everybody. No, not quite yet. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. We have everybody. Hey, everybody. All right, so who's ready?
I am.
All right, hang on, Amanda. Let me get over to you.
Amanda, you're a show off.
She works, you guys, she works really fast. All right, Amanda, you are on.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
look at that.
beautiful.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, I love it. Okay, I like how you did your happy birthday. Hold it up just a little bit more.
Yeah, I like
There
that
you go.
too.
Perfect. Yeah, I like your happy birthday to the left a little more.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
gave her room to decorate. So yeah, that turned
Yeah.
out great.
Yeah, I
That's
was going to do
fantastic.
happy birthday to you and then realized I don't have enough room for the to you. So I just had extra.
You could put it on the inside. Put it on the
I
inside
could.
on that bottom right corner.
Yeah.
That would be
That's it.
super cute. Matt,
I went ahead and put the white.
was I right about did we get the measurements for the white piece right?
I think so.
Look at that.
2.5 on the inside. I did.
Okay. You did what?
I did 2.5.
2.5.
Okay.
Okay. So 2.5 by 5.25.
Yeah.
We think. Okay, perfect. You know what? I'm going to write that down. If I had, oh my gosh, I literally do not have a pen. Okay, you're going to remind me of that later. All right. Anybody else?
All right, I think I'm somewhat ready.
All right, hang on. Let me do the thing. Okay, we're gonna go back and we're gonna do,
And I'm using the tags to go set.
all right, tags to, oh yeah, I like that one too.
All
All
right.
right, hang on just one
There you
second.
go. Can you
Okay,
see
here we go.
it?
All right, there we go.
Oh, that's cute.
That is
Ooh.
sweet. Oh, I like that. I haven't bought that set yet.
That'd make a good Valentine's too.
Yes, and so I use my sentiment is from Hearts of Elegance because I just figured I needed a better sentiment than what I had in tags
All right,
together.
let's see it one
But
more. Let's see it one more time.
yeah, and I do have this key. I don't know what to do with the
Oh.
giant key. Maybe I do
Oh.
nothing.
Maybe put it, oh, you could maybe put it
'Cause
on
I
the
was
inside
originally,
or up on the top.
yeah, I was originally gonna put it here, but then I was like, well, I got this little thing
Oh,
that I
I
need.
like that little guy though. Maybe you could put it
Inside?
from your column back down onto your greeting maybe. So maybe you
Oh,
could start it
yeah,
on
yeah.
that right hand one and have it go down onto the greeting.
All right, all right.
Try
Or on
that.
the inside.
Or on the
Yeah.
inside. That would be good too. All right. Anybody else ready? Elaine, you want to just at least show us your pretty
No.
No? Oh wow. Okay. So
You're gonna post her card after she
I
makes it
am.
with
She
you.
and I are going, Elaine and I are going to get together and we are going to work on her card together. And it's going to be fantastic. And I had a place to put this starfish. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, I'm still futzing. I'm going to have to just post my finished card later. All right, let's go back to our little gallery. All right. So if everybody is kind of at a stopping point, who else did we have join us? Oh, who's on the bottom? Oh, Carol, there you are. Oh, you there? Did I freeze?
No.
Oh, look, we've made it through and I didn't freeze tonight.
I know you did good.
Okay, what you guys can't see is like the cables going out to the box. Okay. So let's do that. Okay. Okay. All right. So we are back. And if everybody we've shared, I think what we're going to do then is we're going to stop our recording and we are going to end our Facebook Live for tonight. But those of you on the Zoom, if you want to hang out and finish decorating your cards or just hang out for a little while, we are actually still in our time. Woohoo! I didn't go over.
Nope,
And I will let everybody out on Facebook know because of the new that Facebook Lives are only going to be live for 30 days, starting in June. Correct? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think it's June,
I think it's June.
but I wouldn't
We
count on that.
have decided, or I have decided that what we're going to do is we're going to do our Zoom and we're going to record our Zoom and then we will share it as a YouTube video. So if you can't join us live on Zoom, don't worry, we'll have it as a YouTube video and then we will also share it on Facebook. So I think it's just we've had some glitches and it's just a lot trying to go back and forth and make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. So hopefully more of you will be able to join us for Facebook or our Zoom. And you can message me your email address and I will add you to my list to get the Zoom link. Anyway, am I forgetting anything, ladies? Don't forget free shipping. Call your demonstrator. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. But if you have a demonstrator, call her and put in, or him, and put in an order because it's free shipping and everybody is trying to get this really awesome bag this month.
Yes.
So
Free shipping over $75.
Free shipping over $75 through Friday. And then there's also Paper Pumpkin kits and refills for those of you who are Paper Pumpkin subscribers through tomorrow. Somebody correct me.
While supplies last, actually.
While supplies
It was
last.
while supplies last.
Okay.
And if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can join and still get in on the stuff that is on sale because there's some great deals out there.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes, as Elaine can tell you.
Go Elaine.
Woohoo, go Elaine. Okay, so we're gonna stop our recording. If I can.
Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you guys. Join. Hopefully everybody will join us next month and we will post pictures of our finished cards. All right, so here we go.